So I bought a new camera. It's been a long time since I've bought a new camera, and in today's video I'm going to show it to you guys, but it's probably not the kind of camera that you're expecting. It is, however, the kind of camera that comes with a story. So in today's video I'm going to tell you that story while I reveal this camera. So let's just get to it. Let's think of this video as kind of a tribute. So a very long time ago I shot my first wedding. It was probably about 14 years ago, 15 years ago maybe. My daughter is 17 now, and I think she was 2 at the time. I didn't know any photographers, let alone wedding photographers. So I did what a lot of you guys do when you're starting out. You reach out to people. Now I get a lot of those messages these days. How do I start? What's a good first step to get into wedding photography, or just general advice? And I can't always reply because I do get a lot of them, but I do try my hardest to reply to you guys when you reach out for advice. The reason I do make that effort to reply to you guys is mostly because of a photographer who is now a really good friend of mine. So her name is Lou. She lives down the Bay of Plenty of New Zealand. She's one of the kindest people you will ever come across, and this video is for Lou. Lou messaged me the other day because she found out I was looking for a camera, and turns out I bought a camera off her. So I haven't opened it. We're just going to do it together, and I'm going to tell you guys this little story. When I was looking around and trying to get advice, I didn't know anybody. I didn't know where to start. I didn't know who to reach out to. So I kind of reached out to just a whole bunch of different photographers and kind of did my best to find all the information I could get. And Lou was the only one that replied back to me. So it meant a lot. Thank you, Lou. Fast forward over a decade, I've shot 500 weddings. I do weddings full time. I have this YouTube channel. I've now got our podcast that we just started. There's a link in the description. And this is the first professional camera that I purchased with my own money, brand new. My first weddings I was shooting on a D700 Nikon, which you guys probably know about. It was like 12 megapixels or something, and it was like the pro camera of the time. But then this camera came out in 2014. That might give you a tip to what it is. So that first wedding I ever shot wasn't on this camera. It was on like a Canon 1000D, I think, with like an 18 to 55 mil. It was like a camera that came out like 2008, just after my daughter was born. But that's not what's in this box. Oh, look at that. I'm pretty excited to open this. Oh, she even sent me some vegan chocolate. Thanks, Lou. I'm not a vegan, but I know why she's doing it. She's like roasting me. Oh, this is all very exciting. Hope you guys can see on that top camera angle there. Charger. If you can see that. That gives you a clue to what the camera is. I think you guys have probably figured it out by now. There's nothing else in here. All right, we can get rid of that. The excitement of a new camera. And here it is, guys. The Nikon D750 and a 24mm 1.8. Oh man, it's nice to hold this. So this is my new camera, guys. I'm just going to put all this other stuff to the side. I don't know if I'm excited to find out what that chocolate tastes like, but I'll give it a go. It smells like incense. I should have expected that. It's been a long time since I've held one of these. It's actually in really good condition. This thing's been well used. Lou had been using this camera professionally for ages, so it's probably got a really high shutter count, and she was telling me I think there's like something wrong with the shutter maybe, but I'm going to go ahead and get it replaced because like I said, this camera has like meaning to it, and I just really like it. I'm going to turn it on. Oh, it's all reset. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's just something about using a camera that you like started your career on. Has this one got a pop-up flash? Oh, nice. So this video is obviously just off the cuff because this camera just arrived now, and I didn't want to open it without showing you guys, and just giving a little shout out to Lou and saying thanks for helping me all those years ago. So I guess we better make some content with this camera. I think I'm going to tee up a couple of photo shoots and show you guys some interesting content around the Nikon D750. Man, I'll tell you what, it feels really nice in the hand. It feels way nicer to hold than my Sony cameras. I'll tell you that right now. If you guys don't know this, I believe, I'm just going off memory, but I think it's a 24 megapixel. It is full frame. And it just, that when the D750 came out, it had amazing quality. You know, like it's been surpassed nowadays because things just progress. That's just the way it is. But when the D750 came out, this thing was at the top of its game, and it was just really well known for like its high dynamic range and low light ability. And another interesting interesting fact for you guys. My first wedding video that I ever shot was on this camera, the D750. I was shooting these side by side, and then eventually I picked up a Nikon D810, and I was using a D810 and a D750, and that was my wedding kit for years. It's so nice to have it back in my hands. You know, this camera is pretty old, but you could so easily shoot a wedding with this now and get amazing results. I reckon I could shoot with this at a wedding like tomorrow and edit it how I edit now, and I don't think you guys would be able to tell the difference between my brand new Sony cameras, which were just released pretty recently, and this camera. I'm super excited to get shooting with this thing. I've already actually asked my friends at Auckland Camera for a price to get the shutter replaced. I believe the camera does work, but Lou was saying it had an issue at like 4,000th of a second or something, which I think was a D750 recall, but we will find out pretty soon. So we'll get some content going on this camera, and I'll see you guys in the next video.